Go Go Loser Ranger Season 2 or Reject Ranger Season 2 is back. They took a break after the last season, but they're back for another year with, I believe, another 13 episode run. So Go Go Loser Ranger Season 2 was airing on Disney Plus or Hulu, or depending on how you sail the high seas to watch this show, or whatever dodgy anime website you want to use to watch it. It's out there. You can watch it. Go watch it now if you don't want to get spoiled with this review. So this is Season 2, the big Season 2 premiere for this brand new anime. And it honestly didn't feel like a big, flashy Season 2 premiere. What I think is what happened with this show is they were going to break it up into cores, but they just called like the second core Season 2 to get more hype or something like that. So I get the feeling that this is more of a second core that they're calling Season 2, because for a season premiere, some of the animation does look a little bit wonky sometimes. Some things do look a little bit off model. But the thing with Go Go Loser Ranger Season 1 is there would be scenes where scenes would look really weird or really off animated, but then when there'd be a big fight scene or something like that, that's where all their budget would go into. So I feel like with this episode, they used a little bit of the budget here and there to look a little bit off here and there, but they're definitely saving it for all the big fights, which we did get a good fight scene in this episode. So this season premiere, we got our brand new opening, our brand new ending. The opening is definitely teasing a lot of things to come later down this line in this upcoming season, like mechs showing up, brand new villains, brand new characters. All of it I'm really excited to see, because I haven't jumped back into the manga for Go Go Loser Ranger. I said I would, but I never got around to it. Maybe I'll do it at the end of Season 2. It'd be a big catch-up to do if I probably end up doing that. But I'll probably have like one of the big things that you see in the opening, which one of them is a mech or a Zord that you see, which I don't know if is going to show up in this season. I don't know if it's a flashy opening thing, but the opening is sung by Orange Range, who did the opening for the very first Bleach opening from way back in the day. They did Asterix, but enough about that. So Go Go Loser Ranger Season 2, it opens with a bit of a recap where we've got this brand new villain recapping the events of what happened last time, and it throws you for a bit of a loop because it makes it seem like he's doing a public broadcast to like all the civilians about everything that happened last season, but it's a fake out. It's just talking to us, the audience. So I was thinking, oh shit, that's a game changer. They're going to reveal everything that happened last season, but no, it's just actually what happened last season to the audience, because the show did take like roughly about a year off almost. So the show picks up like what it sort of establishes the status quo, what's going on. The Rangers fight every Sunday against the Dusters as a scripted show, and they always win. And things are very off for the Rangers. I mean, they're missing Blue because he died in the season finale, so they can't do the formation and stuff like that, so they have to find a replacement later down the line. And things like have not changed with these characters in the time between Season 1 and Season 2. So Red is still a psychopath. He's still murdering his own teammates for like simple fumbles and stuff like that. There's a guy that spilled tea all over him, and the dude just gets his head carved in off screen. It's freaking brutal. You just hear like the punching going on, and like it sounds like he probably carved his skull in with how many punches he was doing. But you've got like them trying to find a replacement, and Red wants someone who can actually do the formation, because the little girl is on it. I know her name's like a pun on water, but she wants to be a replacement. She definitely wants to step up, which I do like. She's willing to step up and become a replacement. But Red's like, hell no, you're too short. So there's that going on. We get the focus on Hibiki this episode, or Fighter D, who is taking the form of Hibiki, where we get to see more of the creepy, weird sister who is like in love with her brother. It's so weird. It makes me uncomfortable watching those scenes where she's got an actual body pillow of her brother, which is so fucked up in so many ways. But she wants him to sort of join the Pink Battalion, thinking that it's Hibiki, so that way they'll have this like brother-sister duo going on, and she can kind of like, you know, quote-unquote groom him to be a really good fighter in the end, so that way they can have that ultimate duo going on. But Fighter D wants to be in the Red team, so that way he can get close to Red and kill him eventually. But Not only that, there's also other things being set up within this episode. People have gone missing. We meet a brand new character called Chidori as well. I think they're going to be important because they're appearing a fair bit in the opening and they're all over the poster material. So I think we'll see Chidori later down the line within this season. I know I'm just rumbling and recapping, but like not a whole lot happened in this very first season premiere. I mean, it was just sort of reintroducing the characters and stuff like that and re-establishing the status quo of this show. So there's nothing too crazy within this first episode apart from meeting the future new villain and meeting a couple of new characters. There are some other tidbits we learn within this episode, like the police force. They used to work with the Ranger Force, but they don't like the Ranger Force because they feel like the Ranger Force looks down on them. Of how they handle things and stuff like that. So there's that going on. But the big thing at the end of this episode is you have Angel, the big titty girl, which they do make a joke where Dee runs into her tits. And he makes the joke saying, oh, I would have been crushed and my identity would have been revealed if they weren't so soft and perky. So haha, big titty joke going over there. But one of the things we learn is that Canon Hisei, she summons the two of them to reveal what faction they'll be in, which D was under the assumption that he'd be in faction D, because in last season he was fighting under D, like the red team, with everything going on, but apparently they'll be fighting in green team. They'll be established to the Green Academy or the Green Battalion because the Green Battalion specializes in one thing, and that is hunting monsters, which is something that Dee does bring up in this episode, that there are more boss monsters that are possibly out there, much like Peltera in the end. So there's that going on. But yeah, that's the big twist at the end of this week's episode, that the green team specializes in hunting monsters, and that's the sort of battalion they'll be joining. So it looks like we're actually out of the academy training arc, and now we're entering the school arc, where hopefully we'll get to see them go on ranger missions as well, because that's the thing with season 1. Like the whole first season was them sort of establishing like the academy test and them passing the exams. And then season 2 is them actually doing the ranger stuff as well, or getting into the academy and doing the ranger stuff, I'm guessing. And that's why I feel like this second season was meant to be Core 2, but they split it up for too long and they're calling it season 2 for like marketing reasons, sort of like to push more manga sales and stuff like that, and merch and stage plays and stuff like that with whatever they want to do. But Go Go Loser Ranger is like a fun anime. It's a fun series. We're on the rise of Toku-esque anime coming out, and Go Go Loser Ranger is one of them, along with Isekai Red Ranger. But yeah, Go Go Loser Ranger, I think I kind of prefer more than Isekai Red Ranger. I need to give Isekai Red Ranger another watch. I never finished it because I'm not a fan of Isekai, so I'll probably binge it one afternoon or something like that. It's on my list to watch. That is for sure. But Go Go Loser Ranger, I'm definitely looking forward to watching and definitely looking forward to seeing where it's going to go moving forward. And the weekly reviews for this show will resume, much like last year, where I'll be reviewing each episode each week. That is for sure, so definitely stay tuned for that. I know they didn't perform the best on the channel, but people still like to watch my reviews or hear my thoughts on Go Go Loser Ranger. So, with that said, I will catch you guys in the next video. Peace out, take care, and bye.